Hey guys, it is Mary Beth with Mary Beth's Photography, and I am recording this on Thursday night because today's lesson is all about silhouettes, and I wanted the video to be clearer for you. So we are going to be learning how to do silhouette portraits with our cameras as well as your phones. So I thought it would be super easy for the kids to use their phones, and then also for the parents to use your DSLR camera. And we're gonna go into a little bit about manual mode. Don't be scared. It's not as hard as everybody makes it sound like. It's really not. So we are outside here at our property because, you know, we're under self-quarantine. So we're down here in the evening. It's a little bright out now, but I wanted to show you how you could do it now. Plus, we're gonna come down here when the sun is setting. Silhouette portraits are best taken either as the sun is rising in the morning or as the sun is setting in the evening. So for you who have early bird children, bring them outside. And you can also do this inside. We tested it out this morning inside, and I'll show you some of those portraits too for morning silhouettes. And so you don't even have to go outside. You just have to have the sun coming up against a window. So I'm gonna show you real quick, because the lake reflects light, it allows for me to take silhouette portraits right now, and then it will also be beautiful when the sun is setting. So I have my fantastic model, my daughter Brenna, and she is going to go down by the lake in just a moment. But what I am going to tell you, for your DSLR cameras, you are going to turn your DSLR camera on manual. I'm going to flip this around so that I can show you what it means to be on manual. So now I'm going to teach you how to change your settings into manual mode. This is a Nikon camera, so this is for you Nikon users. So I currently have it in manual mode, but if it was in auto mode, you would just push this button in the center. That's auto, the A. You would push it down and you would move it to the M, and now you're in manual mode. So then, this allows you to change your shutter speed, your ISO, and your aperture. Now, in order to see what your settings currently are, the camera is on. You're going to tap the shutter, and when you tap it, you see this first number, that is your shutter speed, and then this number, tap it again, is your aperture. So the first two things I'm going to teach you how to change are these two numbers. So to tap this, to change them, you need to tap this. There is a dial in the front here that changes your aperture. So I'm gonna hit this, and then I'm going to use this dial in the front to change my aperture. For the silhouettes, you want it up high. You want a high number, so like 7 or above. Now to change your shutter speed, there is a dial right here. That will change your shutter speed. So when it goes off like this, you hit this button. Whoop, I just took a picture. You hit this button gently, and then you move the dial up and down for your shutter speed. So that's how you change your aperture and your shutter speed. I believe this is one of the settings that I was using for the silhouette portraits that we took yesterday. Now, to change your ISO, it is this button down here. So you're going to hold that button down and come back up here. Whoop, hold that button down, the one right below it, and come back up here, and you'll see that it says ISO 100. To change your ISO, you're going to hold the button down, and then you're going to turn the knob, this knob over here. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on. Let me pop my pop socket out. and see if I can do this. Okay. You're gonna turn that knob right there. Let me see if yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can change it. But for the silhouette portraits in your DSLR camera, you want it on the lowest setting your camera will go. So that is how you change all of your settings in a Nikon camera. So my son has a Canon camera, and this is how you go from auto to manual. So you just move it with your thumb, and then where do you see your settings, Jackson?
I see them right here. How do
you get there? Do you have to push down a button?
Nope, it should automatically be there.
Okay.
Just like that.
All right.
To change ISO, you press down the ISO button and you scroll the wheel right here. Change the ISO.
All right. What about the shutter speed?
Shutter speed is just the knob or the dial right here without pressing ISO.
Okay.
And then for f-stop, I usually just tap on the Q, hit F for aperture, and then I can scroll with the wheel up top.
Scroll with the wheel up top.
Or you can use your thumb.
So do you have to tap on the screen to change the aperture, or can you change it another way?
No, you don't have to. You can hit right here, hold that button down right there.
That
and
AV button?
And then scroll this wheel.
Okay. Perfect. So that is for your Canon users. So now you see Brenna down there. So you kind of see her silhouette. You see that bright light that's in the pond area, or the lake. We're on a lake, not a pond. Do you see that bright light? That is what we're going to use to help make our silhouette right now, because the sun is still kind of high, but we're going to use the reflection on the lake. So we're going to crouch down low, and you want to get Brenna in front of that light source. You want your subject to be in front of your light source. So there she is in front of the light source. Now Brenna, go ahead and do that fun pose that we were doing. So now you see how I'm kind of getting her in front of it. So that works really well for these silhouette portraits. Okay, so I just took her picture and she is pretty silhouetted. I could probably go up a little bit. And so I think I'm gonna go up a little bit on her for my DSLR camera. So let me go ahead and pause it, and I'll try to go up a little higher. Okay, so on your phone, you're gonna go into your camera settings. You're gonna find your camera. You're going to open it. You can use photo or portrait mode. I'm gonna use portrait mode. We've got the sun is setting behind us, and you want your light subject behind you. You're going to tap your finger on the screen. So tap it and you see this little box come up. You're gonna drag it down so that then you can take your picture. And then it starts over again. I'm going to get down even lower so that you can see even more of Brenna. I'm gonna tap on the picture and then I'm gonna drag it down. Let's see how far I can go. And then take the picture. Ooh, it's a little shaky. Take the picture. Brenna, do like jazz hands. Tap on the picture, drag it down. And that is how you take a silhouette with your phone. Super cool, right? So we are going to show you how to edit one of the iPhone pictures to make it look like this. So that was the final product, and it started like this. So we're gonna hit this button in the top right-hand corner that says edit, and then you've got all these different little icons here to go ahead and edit your picture with. So the first one is we're gonna use the exposure, and you can just kind of slide it either way to kind of see how it works with your picture. And that one I like. And then I'm gonna go to brilliance and I'm gonna adjust it there. And then highlights takes the white out or brings it back depending on which way you go. Then the shadows, this is where the real magic starts to happen. So we're gonna go there. Contrast, another one where it starts to really work well. Brightness, that's a really good one. And the black point is a great one too, to make it darker. Then we can also use the saturation to kind of bring some colors in, and vibrance, bring more colors in. Warmth, let's see what this does. You just play around with it till you kind of get it the way you want it. Sharpness will sharpen your image. Definition, let's see. Noise reduction takes out the noise, which is like the speckliness of your picture, or how clear it is. So I think that looks pretty good. Let's see here. I'll go back here a little bit. Tint, not sure I want the tint like that. And yeah, it just looks, you just play around with it and you have a good time, and then you can click done and it saves your photo.